Hello everyone, welcome to AwesomeVacuums. So today's video we're going to be doing a review on the original Shark Navigator NV22L that came out quite a few years ago. Sure, everybody remembers the commercials of these things. So originally these were made by EuroPro, branded Infinity Navigator, I think it was. It was in like a green color, whereas this it's in this lavender color, which is what Sharks were at the time, the lavender. So yeah, so I've had this particular one for about a year or two now. I got it from somebody at work, and I refurbished it, and after that I used it quite a bit because I actually kind of liked using it because it was just so lightweight and convenient. However, it did have its flaws, which we'll go over those in the video too. So anyway, what I'll do is I'll get the camera off the tripod, do the usual overview, and then I'll do a pickup test at the end. So let's get started. Alright, so here is the Shark Navigator NV22L Bagless vacuum cleaner. So starting off at the bottom here, as you can see, fortunately this thing is not in the best shape, but this is how I got it. I can't really do much about the paint marks and all that because the paint's actually been removed, unfortunately. So yeah, and it's, you know, it's not anything special, it's just a Shark, so I'm not really too concerned about it. But when I first refurbished it, it was pretty clean, but obviously when I was using it a lot, it got kind of dirty again. So yeah, I mean, I haven't used this in a while, but you know, it is what it is. So anyways, as you can see here on this side, it says Shark Navigator. And moving on the top here, as you can see, it's camera will even pick that up. Brush roll indicator. So basically when the brush roller is turned on, this light turns green, and if you jam it, it will turn red and the brush roller will shut off. Now the cool thing about this machine is it does have two motors. So it has the main suction motor, which is right here, and then the power head has its own motor, which is really nice. So, you know, if you do end up jamming this brush roller, it will not snap the belt. It will just shut it off, and then that light will come on. Then you'll just have to turn the machine off and turn it on. Now, something on Sharks that can happen is the little micro switch sometimes goes out on these, and sometimes the circuit board too. So there were a couple issues with these, but yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, one thing I do like about this though is I do like how small the path is on this. A lot of people actually think that's negative, but in some ways I actually kind of prefer that because it just makes getting in tighter areas a lot easier than some of the machines that are a lot wider than that. So anyway, moving on top here is just a foam filter. Nothing special, it's just a piece of foam, which I'm not going to take out completely because it's a pain to get back in. So yeah, that basically just catches like carbon dust from the motor. So obviously the motor's right there. So yeah, so moving on the top here, as you can see, it says Shark. So here's the bin. So to remove it, there's a little silver button here that you just press, and it comes out. So to empty the bin, all you do is press this button here and try to do this while holding the camera. Hang on. Let me just set you guys down for a sec so I can do this. Anyway, so to empty it, all you do is you just press this button, the bottom drops out, and then you can shake the dirt out. Now, one thing I don't like about this bin is this little round piece, because what tends to happen is dirt and stuff likes to get stuck on that. You kind of have to clean it out. It's just not, it's kind of pain sometimes. And as you can see, this bin is, it's a little on the smaller side, so you may have to empty it a little more depending on what you're cleaning. And now this part here actually opens up just by pressing that, and that comes out. And this is one thing I do like about this machine, is this actually has 24 cyclones. Something I wish the modern Sharks have, because Sharks now, after this, they did away with this. They just have that little mesh screen that the dirt kind of wraps around, and then it has to kind of flop over and get into the bin, which I really don't like that, because that's why a lot of people complain that the filters get dirty on Sharks quickly, is because of that. But with these filters I found actually stay really clean. So here's the little cyclonic piece. So as you can see, there's that mesh screen that newer Sharks have, except they'd be facing up this way, and the dirt would enter, spin around it, and then get thrown down into the bin. But as you can see, if I open this, you can see there's all these cyclones, and as you can see, a lot of fine dust actually collects there, so that's good. I really, like I said, I wish Shark would do this, and they don't even do this now on their really expensive models. So this is really nice. And actually, you can actually remove this piece here just by pulling it out, and you can actually wash this to clean it, which this one here kind of needs it, as you can see. But I guess what I can show is I can try and tap it out real quick, if I could set up my camera, just to see if any fine dust comes out. And actually, just from doing that, as you can see, there was some very fine dust right here. Very fine dust, so that shows that these cyclones are actually working pretty well. And if I just keep doing that, as you can see, there's more coming out of there. So unfortunately, I really wish that Shark would bring this back, because this really was a good idea. So anyway, to put that back on, you just kind of line it up, and then that closes. Then you can put it back in like so, and then close that up. So yeah, so right here, as you can see, it says important, and it tells you to clean out the cyclone, and wash the filters, which this has 3 filters. So you can actually, if you pull up on these little pieces here, this whole thing comes out, which is really cool actually. As you can see, down there's the motor. Now the only thing I don't like about this is this unnecessarily has 3 filters in here. So as you can see, it's got these 2 smaller ones, and then there's this other one down here, and I don't know what happened to that, but yeah, so in my opinion, I don't think this is necessary. I think one of these and this is more than enough, but I do find that these actually stay really clean because of the cyclonic system. As you can see just how clean this is, and same on this one too. So yeah, anyway, so let's just go back in there, and then you can put that back in the machine. And there's obviously where the dirt goes into the bin, and it goes in here. And there's the little latch to release the bin. So yeah. Anyway, moving on, as you can see, there's a carry handle here, so you can carry the machine. The machine's actually really light. I will say I do like that about this. So anyway, and here's the handle. It's actually a decent handle. It's a little small, but if you just hold it this way, it's actually really nice to use. And I will say one thing, this is actually a very nice machine to use, so I do like that about it. So anyway, right here, as you can see, is the 3-position rocker switch. So first position's off, then that position is just suction only, and then third one is suction and brush roll. So yeah. So here's the hose. So you can use it, you can actually pull the wand out like this, use it this way, or if you wanted to, you can drop the wand and just use the tools on the end of the hose. Now, another little issue with this is I wish they would include a longer wand or something, because this thing is really short. So yeah, so that I wish they would have made it a little longer. However, if I can get this thing back going, they did include one tool with this that is actually very useful, and that is the crevice tool. I believe this crevice tool is 24 inches long or something, so this I actually like. And for whatever reason, this particular one doesn't fit in there. It's kind of loose, but when the suction's on, it actually sucks itself in. So as you can see, you get a little more length, so that's not too bad. So as you can see, here's the anti-tip hose clip, I guess you can call it. So basically, if you just use it like that, as you can see, you can stretch it out. And then the machine will kind of follow you. But if you need a little more length, you can actually pull the hose out completely, and then this thing will really stretch. But you do have to be careful, because it wants to fall over just from doing this. And there's the dog. Hey, Mookie. Want to be featured in the video? So yeah, but obviously if I pull it too hard, it's just gonna fall. So it's a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. So anyway, there's the hose. And now the two other tools you get on board are this little cheap dusting brush, which it gets the job done, I guess, but it's not great. And then, I mean, the bristles they're medium soft. They're not too soft, but they're not too stiff either. They're nicer than what you get on some bristles. And then there's supposed to be a short, stubby crevice tool, which this one's missing, unfortunately, which I don't really care. Crevice tool's kind of useless anyway. So, yeah. So, anyway, moving on to the back is the cord. So, quick release cord hook here. That allows you to undo the cord in one go. So, cord comes out here. However, they did include a cord hook here, so that's really nice. What's the matter, buddy? Hey, buddy. Anyway, here's the rating sticker. So as you can see, it is NV22L, 120 volts, 60 hertz, 10 amps. And yeah, actually, while I'm thinking about it, what year was this one made? Because on Sharks, if you take the plug, it'll actually tell you the year. which unfortunately I don't think this one does not seem to have it for some reason. I don't know, I can't, you come in a little closer. Oh, interesting. Usually on sharks, there's usually a date on one of the prongs, but this one doesn't have it for some reason. So, yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, I guess I'll show you the brush roller and then we'll do the pickup test. So, let me see what's the best way. So, here's the bottom. As you can see, there's a little bit of hair on it, so I'm trying to clean that off. So, if I just turn it this way. Alright, so here's the brush roller. Now, the bristles are not too stiff, but they're not too soft either, so they're about medium. But I do like how close together they are. They are decently close together. So yeah, and it cleans alright for this particular machine. It's not the best cleaner in the world, but it's not the worst either. It does a decent job. So anyway, here's what it looks like on the bottom. Now, one thing this particular one doesn't have is a little seal here that they would later add on their newer models. So as a result, because a lot of people complain that this didn't clean very well on hard floors, which it didn't really, 'cause it didn't seal very well, but they did address that on later models, so that was good. And you got two wheels here, and of course the main wheels, which these are rubber coated by the way, so that's good. Now, one unfortunate thing is you cannot remove this brush roller. It does not come out, so if you do get any hair on here, you kind of have to use scissors or something and just kind of cut it off with as much room as you have here. The only way that you can actually remove this brush roller is if you completely disassemble this whole head, which is kind of a pain. And that is the problem with Shark in general, is they're not the easiest things to service, and depending on your model, they can be a little difficult to get parts for. So that is kind of one thing I don't like about them, but otherwise they do clean alright, but you know, they're not the best, but they're not the worst either. So anyway, I guess I'll do the pickup test now. Alright, so I just put down some general dirt and salt, pretty much the usual stuff I do my pickup tests with. So typical fashion, I'll do the usual one pass forward, one pass back, and see what it picks up. So here we go. So we can see from that. Actually, that didn't do too bad, did it? So it got most of it up, actually. That's really good for one pass. So now let's see how the Shark Navigator NV22L performs on hard floors. So I'll use it on the hard floor setting with no brush roll as they recommend. So here we go. Okay, doesn't look like a whole lot came out, so that's good. And yeah, it did about as I expected. Unfortunately, because it's not very well sealed, it unfortunately has not really cleaned very well, because there's really no good seal. Also, another thing too, I did notice with some of the lighter debris, it kind of blew it away, unfortunately. So unfortunately, the hard floor performance is not as good as I was expecting. So I mean, one thing we can try is turning on the brush roller and seeing how it does with that. Yeah, we're not going to do that. It just kind of, all that did was just throw it around. Now it's all over my socks. So that's not very good. So I guess I'll have to probably get a canister vacuum or something out and clean the rest of this up, unfortunately. Alright, so I thought I would just show you how far it actually threw this stuff back. So as you can see, I did the test here. So as you can see, there's where it all went here all the way right here on this mat, and even there too. So it really did not really pick anything up with the brush roller. It just kind of threw it around, which is exactly why they tell you not to use the brush roller on hard floors. Well, I think that just about concludes the review and demonstration on this Shark Navigator NV22L. So what do I think of this machine? It's not bad, but it's not fantastic at the same time. It's not a horrible cleaner. It does alright on carpet, but it does not do so well on hard floors, as we saw in the pickup tests. And as far as above the floor cleaning goes, the hose is not the nicest to use because it doesn't have a very nice wand. The wand's kind of short, and you know, you got to be careful with how you use the hose because it will fall over, and the tools are only fair in my opinion. So so for the time, I guess it was a really cool machine and probably very nostalgic for a lot of people, but it's definitely good that they discontinued it. So that's all I got for today. If you enjoyed, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.